Welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey. We are a vegan family channel. We do some cooking, we do some DIY, sometimes there's some baking. If you like what you hear, please hit that like button, show us some love, and think about subscribing and becoming part of the Plant-Based Dads family. Alright, so if you've been watching the channel lately, then you know that I'm doing the Starch Solution. The Starch Solution is a way of eating where you eat high carbs and low fat and you lose weight. It's worked for me. I've lost 25 pounds on it. It's pretty exciting. One of the things that I do in order to be successful in that diet is what we're going to talk about today. I prep my food on Sunday nights. I kind of bulk cook some things, right? And then I make individual meals out of that stuff all week long so I'm successful. I make sure that there's food ready to go, and then I just kind of make it work for me all week. It's really important because if I didn't do that first, every meal I'd be opening the refrigerator, the pantry, standing there, whatever, trying to figure out what to eat, and that never ends well. So food prep for me is a big part of my life. Now we've got this Facebook group called Plant-Based Dads, Starch Solution Enthusiasts, is pictured right here. It's a group of people who are doing the Starch Solution. If you're interested in finding out about the Starch Solution, if you're interested in a supportive place to go to do the Starch Solution, that's the place to be, that Facebook group. So the group is going to be doing this Starch Solution 50-50 plate 21-day challenge starting September 8th. If you're interested, join the group and get started with us. One of the things that you are going to be doing when you're making your own food is making food in bulk. For me, I go to Costco and I get 25-pound bags of chickpeas, 25-pound bags of pinto beans, and a 25-pound bag of stone ground wheat flour so Tim can do his baking. And I mean, I've got to put these things in dog food containers because where else am I putting 25 pounds of beans, right? And those dog food containers are just sitting in my laundry room when I need them because I've got nowhere in my kitchen to hold 3 25-pound dog food containers. So, you know, that's kind of a crazy thing, but it makes the portions like cents per serving. That chickpeas, 25 pounds of chickpeas, that's like $13 for the entire 25-pound bag. That is really economical per meal, right? It's much cheaper to make those things at home than it is to buy them somewhere or even buy them pre-made or even in cans. Think about bulking up on stuff like that and making a few items every week that are just staples, and you can save yourself a ton of money. All right, so I'm going to show you what bulk foods I prepared this week, what meals I made out of some of that stuff, and how you can take this stuff along with you if you're working on the road and don't have access to a refrigerator or a microwave. Let's get started. All right, I'm going to show you my secret to always having cold, fresh salad. Take your salad spinner. Fill it up with your favorite greens. I've spun them out first and cleaned them all, so everything in here is clean. Here you can see I'm throwing in some romaine lettuce and then some cabbage that I shredded, and I've even got some green onions here. Next, I'm taking some filtered water from the fridge. I'm going to fill this thing up with filtered water so everything is submerged, and this will make sure that when I throw this in the fridge, everything stays crisp and chilly. I'm going to take the top on here. This is the salad spinner top, but I'm not going to spin it. I'm just going to pick this up, throw it in the fridge, and that's where it's staying, and I'm ready for the week. Now, when I'm having a meal and it's time for salad, I just open this up, I take out my strainer, and I dish up some lettuce. If you're using the whole thing for a meal, you can just spin it out. Here now I've got my salad. That lettuce is cold and crisp. I've just got my dressing on it, a few toppings, like 5 peanuts, and some pears or some fruit. And I'm going to chop some peppers. Here I am with the sandwich for lunch, and I've got a beautiful salad, cold and crisp and ready to go. Next, maybe I need a salad for work. I'm taking it with me. Okay, I don't work. But seriously, maybe I need to take a salad with me. So I've got this really cool salad in a jar container. The top has a dressing area where you put the dressing in, and then it keeps it separate from everything else. Here in this container, you want to put the wet stuff on the bottom. There's really nothing wet here. The salad's all spun out. So I'm filling this container with as much salad as I can stuff into it. Now I'm going to eat it right out of the container because it's nice big mouth on this, right? I'm going to put as much stuff as I can in there. Now I'm dumping in my toppings, the pears, the peanuts, right? And I actually want to have a Thai noodle salad. So I'm throwing in some Thai noodles here, right? Because I'm going to have that peanut dressing. Now I take my dressing and put it into a little dressing container. This thing's really cool because it keeps it separate from the salad. You can see here inside the lid there's little threads to thread this together, right? So I just put it into the lid, I turn it till it's snug, and that's it. And that dressing's not going anywhere. Then I put the whole thing back on top of the salad container, tighten it up, and I've got my salad in a jar. All I need to do now is dump the dressing in, grab my fork, and start eating. Another option for this same bowl of salad during the week is, hey, maybe I want to have some spring rolls. So I'm just going to make some spring rolls with the same salad stuff that I have. I'm not making anything new. I get my spring roll wrappers wet so they are pliable, and then I start loading my salad up into the spring rolls instead of a bowl. Here I am throwing my noodles in, and I've got a few peanuts. Now I've got some shredded carrots, which I forgot was in the fridge. I could have put in the other salad too. And then it's time to roll these things up. I just suck at rolling them up, but I mean, eventually I get it here. I did have too much in here and I had to squeeze a little bit out. But as you can see here, it's starting to come together and now it's working out fine. Now I take my spring roll, I got it on a nice clean plate. I've got that peanut sauce there that I made for the salad, so I'm just gonna use that as a dipping sauce. And the plate looks really plain, so I'm gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds over it because sesame seeds make everything look better. And there you have it, really beautiful spring roll out of a salad that we made that was in the refrigerator. So there you have 3 great meals for that salad. The next thing I always have on hand is Instapot refried beans. There's a recipe above for a link to how to make them. So I'm gonna cut this potato up. It's just a baked potato that I made during the week in the air fryer. Now I just heated it up in the microwave so it's warm. Then I'm gonna take some of my refried beans and put them in a microwave safe plate. I'm just gonna bring these over to the microwave to heat up for 1.5 minutes. Now that the beans are hot, I'm just dumping them onto the open potato. Then I'm taking some of my plant-based cheese and dumping that onto the potato. And because I can't have cheese without chives, I'm sprinkling some chives on. Now I'm gonna add my side dish, the broccoli in this case. I know you're tired of seeing broccoli and potatoes, but that's what I'm having. And some sesame seeds because they make everything look better. And guys, this is ready to cut up and start eating, so I'm just gonna dig in, and this is actually my lunch today. So making refried beans on Sunday, this is one option right here on top of a potato. My next option is just beans and chips. All right, you really can't use chips from the store because they're made with oil. So I'm taking some corn tortillas here and I'm cutting them up into triangles. I've got 3 of them. And I'm gonna make my own tortilla chips here without oil in them. I just cut the tortillas into half, and then I cut them into thirds, into triangles. You can see here, I've got a beautiful set of raw corn tortilla chips waiting to happen. I get out a baking tray, put down a silicone liner, I start laying them out. I mean, this is, you know, a little bit of work to have chips, but it's totally worth it. Now they're all laid out and they're absolutely ready to go in the oven. Then I toss them into a preheated oven of 350 degrees. I let them bake for 20 minutes. Halfway through, at the 10-minute mark, I open them up and flip each one of them over to the other side. Then I put them back in and let them finish cooking. Then I plated them up and I took a nice little fiesta bowl to make me feel in the mood. I threw some of my refried beans in the microwave to heat them up, then threw them in the bowl, and now I've got chips and bean dip. I put a little cilantro on top for color, and I started to dig in. Man, this was really, really good and guilt-free. Now guys, listen to this. I want you to hear this. You hear that? Those chips are crispy. You hear that? That's what you should hear. They tasted absolutely delicious. I loved these chips. You gotta try them. So second meal with the refried beans that I made on Sunday night. One thing I always have made on Sunday night is Instapot chickpeas. I put 2 1/4 cups of chickpeas in the Instapot and 6 cups of water and put the cover on. I don't have to pre-soak them or anything. I just put them right in and put the cover on. I set the Instapot to sealing position, and then I do manual pressure for 50 minutes. And this is all you have to do to cook chickpeas. Once the timer goes off and the cooking is done, I let the steam release naturally. You'll know when it's done because that little pin on the top will drop into the pot. And when that happens, there's no more steam. The steam's what keeps that up. There's no more steam in the pot, and you can lift the cover off. Once you do that, you'll see your cooked chickpeas still in the water. What you want to do is grab a few out with a spoon and use a fork against the spoon to smush them. If they crush easily, they're done, and they should be done. Start straining them out and filling up a bowl with your chickpeas. Make sure the bowl is something that you can put a cover on. I use these glass bowls with the covers, and then I just take the chickpeas and throw them in the fridge. Now, as far as what I do with them, every week I make chickpea salad. It's one of my favorite things to eat. I've got a recipe above from before the Starch Solution videos, so you'll have to change the mayo on that to the Starch Solution mayo. Otherwise, the recipe is the same. You can see here I just threw all the ingredients in and stirred it together. And I will eat this all week long as a chickpea salad. One of my favorite things to do is grab some fresh-made sourdough bread, lay it on a plate, and start spooning on some of that chickpea salad. So good. I made this with the Starch Solution mayo, and it is delightful. I'm going to add here a little bit of fresh ground pepper and some cherry tomatoes because I love the taste of those on the salad. Now I'm going to add my side dish, broccoli again. I know, I'm very exciting. And a little bit of sriracha on top. Guys, this is an amazing meal. It's absolutely delicious, and it's just one of the options for the chickpeas. You can make hummus, you could make so many things out of it, but I go through all of these chickpeas every week. Next, one of the things I always have is overnight oats. I've always got that ready for breakfast, right? This time I'm making French toast overnight oats. I've got 1/2 cup of original oats. Then I've got 1 full cup of plant milk. I added a teaspoon of cinnamon, a tablespoon of chia seeds, and a tablespoon of maple syrup. I put the cover on and gave it a really good shake. Then I took it and put it in the fridge overnight. Now I have 2 options the next day. The first is if I'm at home, I'm just gonna dish it up in a plate and start eating it. Here I am just taking all the oats out into a serving plate, and then I'm topping it with some really nice, fresh, beautiful bananas that I had. Now I'm sprinkling over it a little extra cinnamon, and I'm ready to dig in. Absolutely delicious. But maybe you don't need to eat it at home. Maybe you're on your way out and you need to take it on the go. Here's another option for you. Open the lid up, throw your toppings inside. Right here I'm just throwing the bananas in. I'm gonna add a little bit more cinnamon, and that's it. You don't shake or anything, just take it with you and it's ready to eat. Okay, so let's say you food prep, but maybe you're working all day and you need to take food with you so you don't stop at fast food. What do? Well, let me show you some ideas here. I've got this great little to-go container that has this rubber seal in it that presses right down against the little compartment so they don't spill over into each other. I absolutely love this thing. You can see right here I'm demonstrating how it works. Look, here's the Thai noodle spring roll that we made and the peanut sauce. Now, you don't have to wrap the peanut sauce. You can put it in there and put the cover on, but I'm really kind of OCD about this and I don't want the peanut sauce to go over that whole little area. Here I've got some chickpea salad. I'm just dishing into this container. Now I'm dishing myself some fruit up here, some fresh cantaloupe. It's absolutely delicious. And I'm always chewing on grapes. I absolutely love grapes. These are organic. Everything here is organic. I've even got a little plastic spoon, a reusable plastic spoon. It comes with one of the containers, not this one, but I just use it in this one. It fits right into the side there. And guys, I'm ready to take this on the road with me, right? So here I am just putting the top on the container, and that rubber seal will keep each compartment contained. Absolutely amazing. You know, maybe you are spending the whole day on the road. Maybe you work on the road. Here's a good idea. I've got this insulated bag that we got from Costco for free for renewing our membership. And I'm gonna put in my container with the 5 portions in it. Then I'm gonna throw some ice in. I've got like so many of these stupid ice things. Then I'm gonna throw in my overnight oats, which was the second option in the jar, you know, eating it right out of it. Then there would have been my salad in a jar, but I ate the salad because this is day 3 of filming already. So, but you get the idea. I'm just gonna throw it in there like the salad is still in there, right? And some more ice. Now guys, I have a whole day of food right here, right? So if I'm working on the road, I've got everything I need. Throw in my knife and fork, right? And I'm ready to go. All I need here is a nice little towel, which I'm putting in there because, I mean, even if you're eating on the road, you still got to be dignified, right? So you need a nice little cloth towel and put it on your lap so you don't spill all over you. And I'm ready to close up my bag and seal it up and clip it. All right, guys, that's amazing. So I'm ready to take my food on the road. So not only did I meal prep for the week, I actually prep foods that I can take along for the ride. All right, guys, so you got to see some of the things that we did, and we had some really cool containers. One of my favorite things is this jar for when making salad in a jar. You take this, I mean, you saw in the video, but the dressing is kept separate from the rest of the jar. So you put your dressing in, you put it in here, you fill up your salad jar with your salad ingredients, and then you just throw it in your ice bag, right? Another thing is this beautiful container we got here. You saw that in the video. It's got the stainless steel insert, and it keeps all of your, I don't eat like this. I eat like potatoes and broccoli. I don't need all these, but Tim, he needs all these compartments because he likes a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little dipping sauce. He loves tapas, so he loves to have a variety, right? I don't need that, but he does. So this works out perfect for him, and the seal goes on and seals all the little compartments so they don't leak into each other. Then we've got some of these glass containers with the hard plastic lids. They just go in the dishwasher. They got 2 or 3 compartments depending on which one you do. Looks like a protein compartment and 2 vegetables. This one's nice because the top that you put on it has some utensils built right into it, right? There's a knife and a fork right here, and there's just a little compartment where they go in here and, you know, they're away and they're there for you when you're ready. So if you need something to eat with, as far as a knife and fork, that little setup works out really well. And if you're, if you don't want to put that much effort into it, then I got these on Amazon. They're just 2 compartment containers, a protein and a vegetable, I guess, and a little plastic lid you put on them, and they're reusable, right? Throw them in the dishwasher and you can clean them up. And they were really economical. They came in a pack of, I think, 10 or 15. It wasn't much money. I've never used these. We have these in case we're sending people home with food or whatever, but I don't like anybody over the house, so that doesn't happen that often. And then one last thing I wanted to show you is, when, my son is a teenager and he's on a swim team and they swim 2 hours a day. Bless their hearts. And here's what I do. I always make sure I have a protein shake for him when he gets out of swimming, right? So I put the protein shake in a mason jar with a handle, right? Because that's how he likes it. And I just bring it with me. Now, when it's time for him to drink this, I take the cap off. And I've got one of these plastic caps with a straw, or with a reusable straw, or hard plastic, made for the mason jar. I just put that on there, I give him a shake, and he just starts drinking it, and he's ready to go. And then when we get home, I just take these things and I throw them in the wash. Now, one of the things we show you in the video is I got this bag from Costco, which is really cool. Costco has this special where if you do an auto renewal on your membership with a credit card online, so they don't have to contact you every year, they'll give you this bag for free. And that's what we did. And it's huge. So you saw in the video that I just opened it up and started stacking my food for the day because I was going to be away from the house for the day. And that was perfect. So I threw some ice things in there and I had food all day long. So that's a good example. I didn't spend any money on that. I just got that, which was great. All right, guys, that's our video for today. I hope you learned some stuff here. Please hit that like button. Show us some love. What's not to like? If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Plant-Based Dads family. And please, leave a comment below. Are you pre-cooking your meals before the week? If not, how are you succeeding throughout the week without stopping at fast food or making things with oil? And I mean, that's really tough, right? Are you going to be doing the Starch Solution Challenge with us? Here's a picture of the Facebook group one more time. Make sure you get on the Facebook and send a request to join and I'll approve you. And we're starting our 50-50 plate challenge. I want to thank everyone in my Facebook group who came up with some of these questions and ideas and some of the things they needed to know. So it really gave me a reason to talk about all this. And guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.